The cloud will offer to cut your compute bill by a large fraction, and the discount is genuine, not a trick. But nothing is free, and the price of that discount is not money, it is certainty. On demand is the expensive option because it asks nothing of you. Use it, stop, no promises. Every discount below that is you selling something back in exchange, and the two things you can sell are flexibility about when your work runs and a commitment about how much you will use over the next few years. The size of the discount is exactly the size of the thing you gave up. So the question is, never is this cheaper. It is what am I promising and can I keep it? So reframe the whole pricing table as a risk ladder. On demand, you promise nothing, you pay the most, and you can walk away any second. Spot, you accept that the provider can take the machine back with almost no warning when they want it for someone paying full price, and in exchange, you pay a fraction. Committed, sometimes called reserved. You promise to keep spending at a certain level for 1 or 3 years, and you pay a lot less whether or not you actually use it. Every rung down that ladder is a larger discount bought with a larger promise. And the provider has priced each one precisely, because they do this at a scale where the averages are exact. You are not outsmarting them. You are choosing how much risk to hold. Spot is the most misunderstood because people treat it as free compute rather than as a design constraint. It is the cheapest, and it can vanish mid-task with seconds of warning, which means you cannot simply move a workload onto it and pocket the difference. The architecture has to be able to lose a worker at any moment and not care. Work that is checkpointed or idempotent or broken into pieces small enough that losing one is a retry rather than a disaster. Batch jobs, rendering, CI, stateless workers behind a queue, all perfect. Your primary database, obviously not. So Spot is not a billing choice you make in a console. It is an architecture property you either designed in or did not, and if you did not, the discount is not available to you at any price. Commitments are a different bet and a subtler one, because you are not betting on the provider, you are betting on yourself. A 3-year commitment says, I know roughly what I will be running in 3 years, and it is at least this much. For a stable, boring workload that has run the same way for years, that is a safe bet, and you should take the discount, because refusing it is just donating money out of misplaced caution. But organizations are not stable. The classic failure is a company that commits for 3 years on its current stack, then re-platforms 18 months later, and now pays for a commitment to infrastructure it no longer runs, on top of the new infrastructure it does. The discount was real. The prediction was wrong. Commit for the part of your load you are certain about, and leave the uncertain part on demand, on purpose, which gives you the actual strategy, and it is not to pick one. It is to layer them against the shape of your own demand, the same demand curve from episode 2. The flow of your usage, the amount you are certain you will run at 3 a.m. next year, is your safest bet, so cover it with commitments and take the biggest discount. The predictable daily variation above that floor runs on demand, because it comes and goes, and you want no promises attached to it. And the interruptible work, the batch and the rendering, runs on Spot underneath everything, mopping up the cheapest capacity available. One workload, 3 pricing models, matched to how certain you are about each part. That is what a mature bill looks like, and almost nobody builds it, because it requires knowing your own demand curve, which brings us right back to measuring. So pricing is a set of bets, and you can hold a portfolio of them. Next, the thing that turns all of this from a quarterly spreadsheet into something that can actually protect you: cost as a live signal. Because a bug that loses data pages someone in the night, and a bug that spends money just quietly bills, And by the time it is on a report, it has been spending for a month. Next episode, Cost Circuit Breakers. See you there.